Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane. And in just a moment, we are going to see a fabulous interview with fashion designer Travis Hamilton. It's all about the Negris Lebrum collection, Spring 2021. Let's take a look at this fabulous collection, all about the 1980s and polka dots. Welcome
That's
back,
right.
darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here with fabulous, famous fashion designer Travis Hamilton. He is the he is all about the brand Negris Lebrum. Welcome, Travis, to my pink kitchen. As you can see, my whole house is pink. I love the color pink. One day you're going to design a whole collection, I'm sure, about pink. We'll get you to do that one day. And
Yes.
I will inspire you to do that. But we are going to get into the questions. I'm going to tell my audience a little bit about you before we
Okay.
start talking about the collection and how fabulous this spring 2021 collection is. Negris Lebrum, the brand, the creative design, it is designed by the creative director and founder, Travis Hamilton. The brand Negris Lebrum was inspired from a love story that began during the 1940s between a young, beautiful French Creole woman and a handsome man. Tell my audience about this romantic story behind the brand. Why did you decide to incorporate that story, and how did you come up with the idea for your brand? I want my audience to know all about that.
But, well, the lady Negres is a family, or like a friend of the family. Yeah, I know her granddaughter, which we grew up together, but I never knew why we called her Miss Negres until one day I just happened to ask the question, and then I heard this story, which I couldn't believe, and I was like, "Yo, that's a really nice story." And maybe like 3, 4, 5 years passed because I would always say that I want to do something with that name. That name sounds really cool, but the story was really awesome, right? And her granddaughter was the one that pushed me to do it because she got so tired of me always saying that I'm going to do something. And of course we started with 12 t-shirts, and I was on a college campus, and wearing the t-shirts like every day because I had those 12 t-shirts, and then I had like other students that would ask for it, and it just kind of grew, and then
It
and for me,
evolved. It kept
yes,
evolving.
yes.
So, but this basically was a friend of the family. This woman, her name, you all called her Miss Negris. That was her name, Negris?
No, her name is her name is Amanda Matoire,
I see.
right? And the Matoire family, or either the clan, I think back in those days they would call like families clans, but they have a lot of history in Louisiana, from New Orleans all the way to the Carolinas. So they played like a big role in the history of Louisiana and Creole culture.
The story is so romantic. It's just, it looks like, honestly, I'm into filmmaking because I know a lot of filmmakers. And
Yeah.
somebody I would think would run away with this story. It sounds so romantic. It sounds like this woman.
Well,
Go ahead.
it's an American story. It's like in the 1940s, and the story became like something close to me because it was the things that was going on currently, and then now to fast forward almost 20 years, it's the same things that are actually going on. She was a Creole lady who was very fair complected, who could pass for white. She had blue eyes, but of course, She was black, but she was a
Yeah.
French, and she fell in love with a black guy that was kind of forbidden, in the 1940s. And the
So
story
the
has
man she fell in love with was also black? He was also black, or was he white?
he was a dark-skinned Frenchman.
He was dark-skinned French.
And yeah, yes, yeah,
It sounds, I tell you the truth, I would
yeah.
love, this to me sounds like, you should send this to, you should have a screenwriter write the story and send it to Hollywood. I'm telling you, people would love this movie. You need to make a movie about this. This is a fabulous story. You never thought to do that.
No, 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 no. But it's a lot of like history, with her, and the things that they did as far as for the communities. They, helped a lot of people. She was an entrepreneur. She they had a hotel, where they housed individuals who didn't have homes. They also had a country store, is what we would call it, because it's in the country. But they would feed a lot of people. They would help a lot of individuals. And but her story is an American story, whereas even if it's even if it's not about race, but if, having someone that may be, like Muslim, who fall in love with a Jewish individual, which would be considered like, like not the thing to do.
Right.
And then, right, but still, but but the ultimate goal, but the ultimate result of this story is that love trumps all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love triumphs all. And
Yes.
she sounds like an incredibly kind person that
Yes.
just really wanted to help people. And that's really what we are all here for, to be kind and to
Right.
love one another. I mean, that's what God wants us. I know I believe in God. I think you
Right.
do, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, but now I want also to talk to you about some more stuff. I want you to tell my audience, did you always want to be a fashion designer? Can you tell us the journey of how this happened for you? How
Yeah.
you decided this is what I want to do? Can you walk us through the journey?
Right. Well, I was always a fan of fashion, just a customer. But my journey, as far as academia wise, I was like someone who was in love with politics. I, thought that I would be this politician, the first, black president, something of that nature. But
Really? You wanted to be a politician? That's wow.
yeah, yeah, yes. I mean, I was. I have an MPA in public policy and labor relations. I have a BA in marketing. So my marketing is the thing that kind of gravitated me to to the fashion. But there were some things that took place in my life in the early 2000s that some things that led me back to the story of Negris and fashion, and here I am.
Amazing, amazing, sir. And now you started out with T-shirts, and look
Yes.
where you are now. This is
Yes.
encouraging for every
Yeah.
young person out there
Yeah.
that wants to be a designer. Now, we have gone through maybe like a year, over a year now. Well, a year, I think, a little over a year of dealing with a very difficult thing, and that, of course, is
Right.
COVID. How
Right.
do you think COVID has changed fashion? That's a good question, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think it changed it in a way for the better. It actually it gave us a chance to kind of slow down and but reevaluate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the consumers, what it did relating to Fashion Week, I'm talking about Fashion Week right now, but then I'll also talk in general. But for Fashion Week, like the virtual shows, but actually allowed the customer to be at the shows in real time for the first time. Where thousands of individuals can actually watch, the shows. So typically, like they would have to see it, by Googling the brand name just to see the images, or if it's a bigger brand like the Calvin Klein's, the Ralph Lauren's, and then you could actually see the footage via video. But COVID has actually, made it bigger, I think. And it also made it just a little bit more interesting just because the customers are not really dressing as much. So for the designer, you have to, even though like we're set in a certain way with the brand and the aesthetics, but also we have to meet the customer.
Right.
Yeah. So
you feel that because of the COVID, people are not really dressing as
well.
Go ahead. Tell us express what you wanted to say. Go right ahead.
Well, they're dressing, but they're just a little bit more relaxed. Not everyone is actually, wearing the high heels, the nice suits, because
they don't have to.
I'm sorry?
They don't have to. They're stuck in the house behind the computer.
Right.
Right. See, now you're talking to a girl that loved old Hollywood. I grew up in an era that, I used to look at Audrey Hepburn, and I used to look at Elizabeth Taylor, and I used to look at Marilyn Monroe, and these were like, I wanted to be these ladies when I grew up. Right. So I remember when people really, really dressed. They wore gowns, right. They wore high heels, they wore gloves, they wore hats. Right. That was, and of course now, like you just said, life has become more relaxed. And what really has happened is that life has become more informal.
Right.
Right about that? That's really what has happened. It has become more informal. So, right. We have to learn to adopt, and we have to learn to, find out how to make people dress more, or right. Incorporate the relaxation into the type of clothes they want to wear, but yet they look right. Fashionable. Am I right about that?
Yes. But I also think that this year was just pretty much a break, but I think that fashion is just going to pick off where it left off, meaning that, the customers and everybody is excited, to get back to normal, and everybody.
That's how I've been talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people tell me they can't wait for parties, right. And things, because they can't wait to get dressed up, and they can't wait to go out because right. They were stifled for like a whole year and a half maybe, and now this is the time that they can't wait to be glamorous again.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. This is what I'm hearing. I hope you're hearing that too.
Yes, I am. And
that's great.
I'm very excited to see September. The shows are coming back live, and just that, to see all the other brands and all the designs that they're going to be displaying. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I do. I'm looking forward to that myself. Now, and I want to come to your show. Now,
okay.
Tell my audience, what year did you establish this brand?
Jesus. Well, the idea of the brand, the idea of Negris Lebrum has been around since the early 2000s. But I would have to say that the brand was established in 2011.
2011.
Yeah, because that was the first opportunity that I received to be placed on the fashion calendar. And other than that, even though, so I would say 2011.
Now, right now, as we're talking and you're telling me about the brand and your journey and how it evolved, out of all the things that you design, I've seen your evening wear collection, I've seen your suits, I've seen your dresses. Tell me, ladies, what do you like the most? You must have a favorite. Do you like evening wear better? Do you like, casual, corporate, like career type clothing? Or your favorite? You must have a favorite.
I would say um, just the more wearable that's kind of in between the business casual to more of a, like the evening wear. And then also my best garment would probably be, and I know this is going to be funny, but the t-shirt dress, and everything starts with me with a t-shirt, but a t-shirt dress is,
You
it's
want to
very,
laugh? I bought a dress once just to go to an art gallery because I interview a lot of artists too.
right,
And I saw this dress, and basically it was a t-shirt dress. It was a black t-shirt dress, and it
mhm,
had the picture of a woman on the front of it. She had this gorgeous red hair, and it had
right,
big sleeves. But it really was a t-shirt dress. And I tell you, everybody loved this dress on me. It wasn't an expensive dress, but
right,
I loved it, and it was perfect to do interviews in an art gallery because it had that graphic of the woman's face on it. And I think I understand why you like the t-shirt dress. Now I understand why.
right. Well, and the reason being, the t-shirt dress is the most basic and it's very simple, right? But it also gives the woman who's ever wearing it the opportunity to show her true self, because it's so simple. So the woman is going to, determine, how beautiful that garment is, how sexy the garment is going to be perceived. So that's why it's very important to, I guess, narrow down your consumer, or either identify or either groom your consumer to be the person that matches the aesthetic of the brand. But yeah, but it focuses more on the person that wearing it, wearing the garment.
Well, you could do a lot with a t-shirt, a very
Yeah,
plain t-shirt dress. You could do tons of, if you buy a plain black t-shirt dress, you could put a belt around it. You could put pearls, one day take the belt and put pearls around the neck. You could cinch it. You could put a jacket over it if you're a lawyer. You could do a lot with it. A plain black t-shirt dress. Don't they always say you need the one staple in your wardrobe is a plain black dress? Isn't that
yeah,
the one thing?
yeah. The fabric determines, the beauty of the garment, though. You can have the best cuts, but it's going to be the fabric. So even for this collection, uh, I think for the past 3 seasons, we've been putting a t-shirt dress inside of the collection. So for this upcoming collection, you also see a t-shirt dress.
Fabulous. So
Yes.
now we are going to get into this year's collection.
Okay.
Now, the collection was inspired by the 1980s. Tell us more about why you wanted to feature, why that was your inspiration, why that was your theme for this year, for this season.
Well, it pulled from the 1980s. Yep, and there were also some pieces that was kind of pulled from the 70s as well. But to answer your question, it was for me being a young kid in the 80s. It was a very cool time, and it was a very relaxed time. It's almost like now, like the current seasons that we're having right now is actually bringing the 80s back. Everybody's relaxed. There's no trends. Like everyone walks out of their home with their own style, or their own artistic style. And what I wanted to do with that collection was just kind of create some things that I remember.
Well, you did a very good job because I looked at the collection and I just want you to know that you're talking to a woman that was my era. The 1980s was my era. That's the era that I was young and frivolous, and I used to go to nightclubs and discos, and that's the decade that I met my husband, and we met each other in the clubs. We met each other in a disco. We met each other in a nightclub called Metro 700. And I remember it well. I used to dress like Madonna. I didn't look anything like what I look like right now. I had a hairstyle like Donna Summer. I have black, well, my natural hair color is like a very dark brown because I'm Italian. And I used to have like that Donna Summer hairstyle, the perm with the curls, the long perm curly hair that she had with the bangs. And my husband met me in the nightclub. And I remember sometimes I used to dress like Madonna. I used to wear the lacy things that she used to wear. And I used to run around and people used to say, you look like Madonna, So that was a very, very happy time for me, the 1980s. It was a very, very happy time for me. And when I saw your collection, I thought to myself, this is so beautiful. This is so nostalgic. This is so wonderful. And I really was it just brought back so many wonderful memories to me when I saw the collection. Now, how many pieces did you show in this collection? How many pieces?
If I'm not mistaken, there were 19 pieces shown. However, the collection itself was a total of 22, but there were 19 pieces shown.
So there's 22 pieces all together.
Right, but in the actual show that everyone saw, there were yes.
Wow. How long did it take you to put this collection together?
Oh, man, we had a lot of, maybe 4 months. Yeah, 4 months.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to put these clothes together and come up with the concept, come up with the ideas. Now, also, I looked at this show and like I said, I fell in love with it. It was very nostalgic to me. And as you could see, I'm wearing polka dots just for you. I mean, this is not your dress, but I fell in love with the collection because I love polka dots. As a matter of fact, when I met my husband, he took me out on a date. This was in the 80s, okay?
Right.
This happened in the 1980s. He took me out on a date, and I still have this dress. I was looking for this dress. I was gonna wear for the interview today. I just can't find it, but I know I still have it. But I had a beautiful black and white polka dot dress that was strapless, and it had like ruffles on the bottom, and I wore it with white pumps because the dress was black. I wore it with white pumps, and of course I had the black hair then, the dark hair then. And my husband took me out on a date, and he just like, wow, you look amazing. So when I saw this collection, I said, this is just gorgeous. Tell my audience why, I mean, I loved it, but I want you to tell my audience why polka dots were so prevalent in the collection.
Well, I'm a fan of polka dots. As a kid, of course, maybe I was more into fashion than I actually knew. I was a guy that would do polka dot and stripes, or polka dot and plaids, or plaids and stripes and things like that. But it was an item that my mom was very big on. So during the 80s, was something that you saw more often. And
your mother used to like to wear a lot of polka dots.
I'm sorry?
Your mother liked to wear a lot of polka dots.
Yeah, and it just it's something that just you think of the 80s, that's something that you remember the most.
Darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and this is part 2 of the Negris Lebrum collection and my interview with Travis Hamilton, designer Travis Hamilton.
You know, you think of the old school hip hops, you know, with the big old flannel, not flannel, but, you know, the huge shirts, you know, the oversized collars, the big polka dots that these guys used to wear with their real cool haircuts and things like that. But
I remember it well.
yeah,
I remember it well. Did you want to incorporate also like the big shoulders? Because that was a big thing in the 80s too, like the big padded shoulders. Or
yes,
did
what we do was kind of make it, you know, like pull, or certain things that could be identified as the 80s, but also make it more modern. So we didn't just dive just 100% into the 80s,
right.
you know, or, you know, like, you know, the looks and the cuts, but also made it more modern.
You
Yes.
wanted your own spin on it. You
Yeah.
didn't want it to be just total 80s. You wanted your own interpretation, your own spin. I know.
Right.
As
Right.
a designer, that's what designers do. They take a little bit of something and they make it their own. And
Right.
that's what you did. You made it your own.
Right.
Fabulous. And it took you 4 months to do that. Do you have like a favorite piece in the collection? You yourself, do you have a favorite piece?
What would be the, you know, the favorite piece for me would be the sweater. I know you're gonna laugh. The sweater vest.
The sweatshirt dress?
No, the sweater vest with the plaid. You know, the ash. You know, the
Oh,
ash.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, why was that your favorite? Why?
I am known for the sweater vest. You know, personally. You know, I am a guy that will wear a sweater vest. In fact, I may have brought it back into style. It never left for me. So.
That's like a favorite thing, a favorite garment, fashion garment.
Yeah, for me. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You
It is
like.
very simple, but yeah, but it's just with so much you could do with it. But I'm just known for that personally. Around my friends, you will always see me in a sweater vest. But I would have to say the mosaic fabrics was really dope. You know, the all black with the platelet, you know, fabric on fabric, that gave the look of a sequence. And then we actually dressed that up in a pantsuit because that was pretty much for just outerwear, you know, for us to do, you know, the coats and jackets. But then, of course, I said, no, okay, so let's see if we can make a wrap dress out of it. So it ended up becoming like a wrap dress coat. Then I said, okay, well, let's make it a little bit more relaxed by making it, you know, trousers, but we'll just put in a drawstring. And then also, the sleeves that we added was a 7 sleeve, and then we added a bomber jacket, and then we just kind of put it together, and then it just looked really, you know, really dope. And added like a hoodie with it, and then also added like a sweater with it. We added heels with it and boots and things like that. And so like those looks for me were probably the best looks because it was something that was told that we couldn't do, and then we were able to, you know, pull it off. So.
You always pull everything off. Every time I go to your shows, I love to watch your shows because you really design everything. You design you know, the ladies that go out to work, the lawyers out there, and the career. And I like, you even show like coats. You know, not every designer does that. A lot of designers, I go to their shows, all I ever see is like evening wear because everyone's told, you know, that's what people buy is the evening wear, which is, don't get me wrong, I love evening wear because it's very glamorous. But I like your shows because your shows are like real, you know, they're real. People want to see coats, they want to see suits, they want to see dresses, they want to see everything. And when I go to your show, I see everything. I see everything. So now, I wanted to ask you, Travis, what kind of woman wears the Negris Lebrum collection?
Hmm. I would say the brand itself is conservative sexy, so
It
it's
is
not
very, you're right, it's very sexy, but it's very conservative. I know
right.
that.
Yes, so the woman, she's not the very like outspoken woman, but if I could actually describe her, she would be the woman that could walk in the room, and she may be somewhat in the South we would call prissy, but somewhat prissy, but she's very quiet. But her mannerisms, the way she talks, her posture is perfect. So
You
it's
know,
more,
that's what we call a Southern Belle,
yeah.
right? That's the Southern Belle. I follow somebody on Instagram, and she's got a wonderful Instagram page, and it's called The Glamorous Southern Belle. And I'm going to send her your link to this
Okay.
video because I know she's going to love you. I
Okay.
know she's going to love you. Her name is Jessica. I don't know her last name, but she is the quintessential Southern Belle. She's fabulous. You got to go on her Instagram page. You'll see what I'm talking about. She loves pink. Her house, like me, she's like me. She loves pink. Her bedroom is pink, and hot pink and leopard. And I think she is a Negris Lebrum woman, but she doesn't know it yet. I'm gonna
Right.
send you her link, and
Okay.
I know she's gonna love your collection.
Well, what I can tell you is that when I first started off, I started off like in reverse, meaning that I had more success back in those days with celebrities. I was doing a lot of cool stuff, but it wasn't transitioning into sales at that particular time because it's, the market and society is just totally different. But now, I'm more focused on the actual customer, the everyday customer who can actually look at the garment and actually relate to it, or either read our story and actually relate to the story to say, okay, so like this is me, like this is me, and actually, buy it. So what I'm hoping now for the celebrities, hopefully that, like once they get past all the other brands and maybe they'll say, hey, you know what, the Negres brand is a nice brand and the garments are nice and I want it. But as of right now, we just focus more on the everyday customer, but the influencers, come our way and we will hug you and take care of you, but we just don't have them, now.
Yeah, well, I also think too, like celebrities don't really know too much about clothes. Honest to God, they really don't.
Yeah.
They rely on their stylist, and the stylist runs around and looks for the clothes for them, and they go, here, go put this on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't think they have the time either. A lot of these people, if they're actors, they're making films. They have to memorize lines. They have to
Right.
perform on the stage or sing or whatever. I don't think they have the time. So they rely on the stylist to get them the clothes. And half the time they don't buy these things anyway, do they? I mean, I think they get it
Right. Well,
for free.
now the brand has participated in a lot of events where celebrities have my items, but just to say that they're wearing it, I don't know. That they have our clothing. So
Right. And maybe one or two has worn it to an event.
yes.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. So that's very interesting. Now, we could get these clothes as I'm speaking to you right now, the spring collection. Where can we find these clothes that you have just created?
Online.
Everything is online, right? And tell my audience,
Talking about the fall winter collection or the spring collection?
well, the one that you just featured, the one
that will be available. It's actually available now.
Yeah.
And it's on.
That's what I figured because that's spring, summer. I know,
Right.
what's happening with fashion now, it's become like all year round. It's like nobody cares anymore. It's like, it's like, are there really any more seasons? It's people just buy because, they want to look like this. It's like seasonless almost. So tell us, Travis, where can we find the spring collection?
The spring collection can be found on our website at negrislebrum.com.
Okay. So it could be found at negrislebrum.com, right? Now,
yes.
You're working right now on the fall collection. When will that be out?
The fall collection will be ready late August, early September.
And that's going to be for your show in September, right? I always get confused. It's a season ahead, isn't it? A season ahead?
Right. Well, the collection that I'm working on to show in September is for spring, summer 22.
Right.
But my fall collection will be available for sale in late August, early September. And that's the collection that we just showed in February.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait to share all of this with my audience. We're going to show the interview. We're going to show the fashion show. We're going to show everything. So I want you to tell my audience one more time, where can we learn more information about you as a fabulous fashion designer?
You could find us and learn all the information you would like on our website, but you can also follow me on Instagram at Negris_Lebrum. And I'm there 24/7, so I'm in and out, but you can ask me any question. I'll respond to you fairly quickly. And it's a little bit more intimate because I do actually engage with our followers. So
terrific. And I want to thank you for doing the interview with me today. I had so much fun talking to you. And I want to congratulate you. I understand that you have a new addition to your family. You have a new baby.
Yes, I do. Yes.
You must be thrilled.
I am overly excited and thrilled, and he is giving us a run for our money. He's 9 months now. He's, in fact, he turned 9 months yesterday, and he's 31 inches. So he's extremely huge in every category. He's in a 90, I think 98 and 100 percentile of everything. So it's fun. Yeah.
What's the baby's name?
His name is William Fletcher Hamilton.
William Fletcher Hamilton?
Yes.
Now that sounds like a politician.
Yeah, it does, actually. It does,
right? He sounds like a politician. A famous politician, a famous author. He sounds like he's going to be a CEO or a businessman, a terrific businessman.
Well, we hope so. Yeah, but I know he's going to have a kind heart, though. So that's the the one, really push on him is just being like a kid with a big smile, because he smiles 24/7, which is great. Yeah.
Do you have a picture of him?
I will send you a picture of him. Yes. Yeah.
Send me a picture of him.
I have tons of them. Yes.
And God bless you. And thank you for coming on Cognac's Corner magazine. I wish I could give you a big pink champagne kiss, because I'm famous for my pink champagne kisses.
Yes.
But I'm going to blow it to you. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me here at Cognac's Corner magazine. And we will be back, darlings, with more celebrity Zoom interviews right here at Cognac's Corner. Pink champagne kisses.
darlings. I hope you enjoy my interview with fashion designer Travis Hamilton. And I love you all, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and always ring the notification bell to let you know when I publish a new video. I publish a new video every Sunday and every Monday. And we'll be back with more Zoom celebrity interviews and more fabulous fashion shopping hauls with Shein, Fashion Nova, Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, and of course my favorite, Amazon links. Keep watching, darlings. More videos coming up. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.